Welcome back to Applaud the Pod, everybody. Today we have episode 3 coming at you. We just wanted to let you know that our official sponsor for today's episode is Street Cleats. Street Cleats is a Denver-based shoe company that has plenty of options for anybody looking for shoes. That's girls, men, children, anybody who wants shoes.
Yeah, Street Cleats, it's extremely easy to get shoes off of their site. Since they're based in Denver, they also do local meetups as well as shipping all over the world.
Definitely go check them out on Instagram at Street Cleats and give them a follow. Appreciate you guys. We'll get into the episode.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Applaud the Pod, episode 3. Let's go. Big time, episode 3, week 3. I'm here, as always, with my guy Grant. Grant, what's up, bruh?
How's everybody doing? It's me.
Hopefully they're good, you know. As you may notice, we have a little bit of video this week, so we told you it was coming soon. It came sooner than even we thought it would.
So if it's a little, if it's not great quality, give us a little bit. Just give us give us a little.
And it'll get better.
What'd you say?
What did you say?
Did you say it will be or won't be?
I said it will.
Oh.
Did this guy really talk
I thought he
before
was a
his
hater,
intro?
yeah.
Did he really talk before his
I
intro?
think so.
Well,
Nobody even knows who you are yet.
Who are you?
Donald
Nobody
Trump.
knows who you are
Oh
until
my
we
God.
tell them who you are. Do you understand the dynamic now? This guy. Grant, introduce him.
Am I allowed to Can I mention it?
Mention what?
No, you can't. Okay. This is our dear friend Zion, who is a incredible athlete,
Creative genius.
creative genius.
Kanye Stan.
Yes, sir.
Eclectic presence. Ooh.
Oh,
Just keep going. Keep going.
They hate me.
Big time champion of the world. One of the most interesting people you'll ever meet.
an all-around great person,
Most of the time.
and
African American.
oh my God. And our first guest on Applaud the Pod.
Our first guest on Applaud the Pod.
So welcome to the Applaud the Pod.
Thank
Zion.
you for being here, sir.
We appreciate you.
Hello.
Tell them a little bit about yourself. What do you want to get off your chest before we start?
Anything you want to talk about?
Man, I'm just glad to be on here. You guys
There
ask
we
me
go.
questions.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We can just vibe.
What
All
have you
right.
guys? What have you guys been up to this week?
Nothing. Man. I went to the chiropractor for a second time. I'm
2
going
for
back,
2?
Dude, 2 for 2. It was amazing. I'm getting real fixed up. I feel
Are
good.
you what they call a crack addict?
Yes, both ways.
Yo, what's
That's solid. Oh, that's a good joke.
No, I've never done illegal substances. But no, yeah, the chiropractor's great.
He was gonna say something.
Let's continue.
The
Having me a
chiropractor
video
though,
because all this is it's all gonna come through. So if you're listening to audio and you
Yeah,
wanna
now
see,
it's even better.
You
You
want to
guys
see
can
why
see.
we're pausing
Yeah.
a little bit? Then you should probably.
Yeah,
pause
now
it.
you got yeah. All right, but yeah, no, it was fire. I love the chiropractor now. Like if I could go like weekly, I probably would, but I just can't like afford it right now, you know. Because it's low key, it's expensive. It's like a doctor's visit.
It's
kinda,
just
bro.
a little.
Like,
It's a little bit temporary, you know, like a little
yeah,
bit of a temporary
kind of.
fix.
It, bro. Like I had I think I mentioned it last week. I don't know if I did or not, but like I had like a problem with my thumb. You know, I think I mentioned it last week. And bro, like it already feels like I haven't noticed it at all now, which is great. And it took one time, bro.
Has it improved your gaming abilities?
My gaming abilities? It doesn't really bother me when I game, dude.
You guys
I'm just
should-
pretty solid all the time, you
You
know.
guys be playing Warzone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not
Not as much as
honestly,
we
not
used
a
to.
lot lately at all.
Yeah.
Like I barely get on the sticks right now.
Yeah.
But what have you been doing this week, man?
Just been working out. Can't say why, but
Just for your physique,
Playing
just
some
for your
Warzone.
summer body.
selling some T-shirts.
Ooh.
We'll get into
Oh
a
my
little
God.
bit of that later. A little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. Me personally, you know, I think
We
talked.
didn't ask.
Did we? Oh, sorry.
No.
All right, let's start. Let's get into some topics.
Now, what have you been up to?
But
Christian?
I think we talked about last week, maybe. Yeah, about how I stay up late and my sleep schedule's not great.
Yeah.
We talked about that a little
think
bit.
so.
This week, I've actually been getting up pretty early and getting my whole day done by the time I usually wake
Good
up,
looking
like
at me.
11. Yeah, so I've just been being as productive as possible, which, I mean, it feels nice.
Yeah.
You know? Feels
I've been
nice.
trying to wake up earlier too. It's tough though.
If it just feels good to wake up and get your stuff done, and then
Yeah.
you can do whatever for the rest of the day. Like when you were saying, like you wanted to change your classes to early. I understand.
Oh, it's
now.
so nice, bro.
Yeah, I understand.
So nice.
I
Yeah.
understand.
And you can take a nap, and naps are kind of nice, bro.
I had to stop taking naps though,
Really?
Oh, why?
because it messes up your sleep schedule.
It does, man. Well, I think if you're
It depends on what
well,
time you take
but
the
that's the
nap.
thing. I think if you're waking up early and you still don't go to bed till super late, because like I've been trying to wake up at like trying to wake up at 9 because I sleep in pretty late, and I know 9. People are probably listening to this and being like, "Oh, he's waking up at 9." Like, yeah, I know 9's not that early, but like I've been trying to wake up. Like I usually wake up at like 11 or 12, so it's like I need to start like I just want to start being more productive, and like I think if you wake up at 9, but I still go to bed probably every day at like 1 or 2. So I really am not sleeping that much. So like me taking a nap doesn't actually like affect it that much, honestly.
I feel
It's really nice, bro.
It
It's
just-
actually really nice.
It just kind of depends on what time you take the nap. Like the worst nap I've ever taken was from, like 9 p.m. to like 11:30 p.m.
What type of nap?
And then I
No,
woke
no,
up,
I
and
do
then I
that
woke
too.
up,
No, I
and then
do
went
too.
back to sleep.
That's the worst thing is
But
when
I
you
was
wake
up for,
up and
like,
it's
hours.
like 8 or 9 and you're just like, oh. That's the worst,
I
bro.
usually just watch a movie at that point.
I just accept the fact that I'm gonna be awake till like 4 a.m. or 5
Yeah,
a.m.
I
Like
feel that.
that's just like
Yeah.
if I don't nap before 4 p.m. I'm not napping. That's like my rule.
That's
Like
solid.
if it's like if I'm not at least falling asleep before 4, it's just not worth it because I know that really messes up your sleep schedule because then you're up to like
no doubt.
in me I'm already up to like 2, so it's like I'm gonna be up to like 6, like 5, 6,
Oh.
and it's just awful. That just ruins your whole day,
Yeah,
bro.
I
I
used to do
hate
that for
that.
like a week, but it's whatever.
I hate that.
What's
bro.
the best movie you watched during quarantine? Or just give me a
Ooh.
few. Give me a few, because you're a
Let me-
big movie guy.
Let me take a look actually, because I have a whole list. That's funny.
Do you keep a list of the movies you've watched?
I have like a list of like 100 that I was trying to knock out, and I've knocked out like 80 of them, bro.
He sent it to me, but I've been lacking.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
All right.
Send it to me. I'll watch.
Over
I'll watch. I
quarantine?
love
Just-
watching.
I mean,
movies.
yeah,
I mean,
low-key
okay.
over quarantine, like recently.
I really like this movie called Arrival. I remember Abel and Nathan were talking about it from the same director, Denis Villeneuve. He also did, what's that? Blade Runner, the new
Is
one.
Arrival?
Yeah.
Is it about aliens?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I
That's
don't think
tough.
I've seen it, but I think I've seen
That's
the
really good.
like the. I know what the cover picture looks like or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
because I've almost watched it
I
a few
feel
times.
you.
I
No,
think
it's great.
it's fire.
Yeah, it's really
I'll
good.
have to check it out.
I watched Jonah Hill's new movie. I've been really big on Jonah.
The skating or mid '90s. Is it good? I haven't seen that either.
Love it, bro. Amazing.
Dude,
Oh, you haven't seen it?
no.
Oh, mid-90s is fire.
I really want to see it
My
though.
guy,
Yeah.
my guy,
I really like Jonah Hill. Like I've watched all his interviews after that.
I like
Yeah.
Jonah Hill a lot too.
bro,
Yeah.
it's really good. My guy put me on, and it was like it's not at all what you expect.
No,
but
exactly.
it's-
I
Oh,
felt
really?
like it was gonna be boring, low key, but I was
It's
like, I'm
just-
gonna give
It's really
Jonah Hill
good.
a
it's
chance.
so good.
So good.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, because I like Jonah Hill too, and I think I like him transitioning to like directing
No,
and
yeah,
stuff.
he said he always wanted to
love
do
that.
that.
Yeah,
Who
I love
doesn't
that.
like
Yeah,
Jonah
Jonah
Hill?
Hill's-
Well, because have you seen his interviews where he talks about like how like
People used to hate on him.
people
'cause
used to
he's
hate on
fat.
him because he was like the fat guy in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and I think that's so cool that now he's like out of his shell and he's like doing what he actually has wanted to do the whole time,
Yeah.
but was like too afraid to like get into. I think that's so,
Yeah,
I
because
think that's
you-
crazy.
I feel like it happens to a lot of actors where they'll like be in a role and then they get typecast and they have to keep
Yeah.
playing that role
Well,
over
bro,
and over again.
Imagine you show up to a set and they go like, or you get an email and they're like, hey, we need a fat guy,
Right.
and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know
Well,
if
no,
it was
this is the
necessarily
thing.
like.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
think-
It's not
I-
like
no,
that. But
they-
they're like them being like, yeah, we could have a skinny comedian, but it'd be funnier if we had a fat comedian because he'd fit this role better.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just like kind of like.
And he has 2 Oscar nominations for
I mean, bro,
roles
he's
that have nothing to do
super
with his
tough.
weight. He's great.
Well, yeah, and but that's what I'm saying. I think he had a lot of that in like problems because
Yeah.
he was getting casted for stuff
Bro, I
because
wanna
he was
see-
like the funny
You know what
fat
I
guy,
haven't
right?
seen that I want to see really bad? I still haven't seen War Dogs. Have you
Oh,
seen that
it's
movie?
yeah.
hilarious.
I
bro.
need to
That's
see that.
good.
Yeah,
Well, it's like
it's on.
it's
my
like kind of
favorite-
I haven't
serious,
seen
but
it. It's on
it's
Hulu.
really funny though.
Nah,
His,
that's my favorite.
Jonah Hill
bro.
kills it.
That's
in
my favorite kind of movie. Is
His
sort
laugh
of,
in
like,
the movie is
actiony
hilarious.
movies where it's like there's some comedy, but the
21 Jump
subject
Street
is
type
pretty
stuff.
serious.
Yeah.
No, not like
And I
that
think
one.
and I think
21 Jump Street is just straight comedy, but I'm talking about like the subject matter is serious,
Mhm.
but there's like sort of comedic.
well, and I
kinda-
like that it's him and Miles Teller because I think that's like a good
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
Miles
for sure.
Teller's pretty funny too. I like Miles Teller. As a
He's
guy.
Yeah,
in
it's a
another
good
good movie
duo.
called
I need to see that,
Whiplash
though.
that's supposedly really. I'm about to watch it. It's supposedly.
You haven't watched it
really
yet, though?
good. No.
What's the movie that Miles Teller's in with Shailene Woodley?
I know what you're talking about.
It's
And,
like a it's like a
she
romance
died-
type
she,
movie.
Like, has cancer or something.
I think
like that.
so.
Yeah. No, that's the one dude. We're not gonna talk about him because apparently he's weird. But, what's his?
What is the movie?
No, that's a different movie.
No
That's a
idea.
different movie.
Have you've never
No,
seen
that's
that?
a different movie. That's the with the dude. Have you seen the movie Baby Driver?
Oh,
It's with
I'm not
that
talking about
dude.
Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought you were talking.
No, no, no. There's a movie with Miles Teller and the same girl who's in Fault in Our. Isn't Shailene Woodley Fault in Our Stars?
Yeah, I think I'm.
There's
I
a
don't know if
movie
that's
with
too big,
there's a movie with him and he's in it. It's Miles Teller and her, and it's also like a love movie though.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen.
But it's not the Fault in Our Stars. I don't know.
That's a different guy.
I have a
Yeah.
computer right in front of me.
I'll
Google
just-
it.
I don't. Here, I'll just name off like 3 more because there's a whole bunch in there. I'm not gonna take the whole time, but I really liked, of this movie called The Master. Joaquin Phoenix is in it, and I really love Joaquin Phoenix.
It's
This-
called The Spectacular Now. Sorry to interrupt. That's the movie with Miles Teller and
It
Shailene
is?
Woodley.
Okay,
Yeah, The
sick.
Spectacular Now. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a good movie.
This movie called Little Women because I really like Timothy Chalamet.
I saw that. I didn't see the movie. I know
Yeah.
what it is though.
And this movie called The Gentleman is really good.
Oh, is that the one with it has a bunch
Matthew
of people in it,
McConaughey,
right?
Yeah.
And Colin.
All right.
What's
all
his
right.
name?
All right.
Colin.
I forgot, but that director's really good too. He has this movie called Snatch. That's really
I've
good.
heard of that, too.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
like
watched
Brad Pitt,
I haven't watched.
a lot of whole
Is it The Gentleman? Is that what it's called?
The Gentleman?
I haven't watched that yet, but I almost watched it
It's
like
really good. I really
various times. I've been
I
on
mean,
Xfinity.
I have a whole bunch more, but we don't need to spend
Yeah.
too much time.
Is it so?
I can just
It's
send
pretty
you the
good though.
list. No, bro, amazing. Yeah,
Really?
I
I'm gonna
love
check it out.
Matthew McConaughey.
What's it? Colin Farrell.
Because
That's
my
the guy who's
favorite,
in it.
one of my favorite movies ever is Interstellar. Because I love Nolan.
Interstellar's
Christopher Nolan.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, you put me onto that one movie. Oh, what was it called?
I'm pretty sure I've seen all of Nolan's movies.
Leonardo DiCaprio is in it.
Catch Me If You Can?
Nah.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No. Not that one. I haven't seen that. You love that movie.
Yeah.
but I haven't
Is that
seen
why
it.
you always say Arnie
That's-
Grape?
Yeah, that's he
Yeah,
plays a
it's his-
character called Arnie Grape in it.
Nah, the
That makes sense now. I was wondering
where
where that
he's-
was from.
Nuts.
That
might have been a spoiler, but it's old.
No, he's in the mental hospital on the
Yeah,
island.
yeah.
I read the
Oh,
book,
Shutter
bro.
Island.
Shutter
Island.
Island.
Bro, the book. I don't like books, right? Like I don't like reading that much. Well, I'm getting
I've
more.
been getting better at
I'm
that.
getting
I've been
more into
reading
reading the
now.
older I'm getting, which is like weird because you always as a
I
kid
can
are
give you
like,
some
no,
book
I'm not gonna.
recommendations, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, I have
But,
like 8 books at the crib.
There, or that book, Shutter Island. I had to read it for a school project, but it was so good, bro. And then that made me. I liked the book so much that I went and watched the movie.
Yeah.
And Leonardo
I mean,
DiCaprio was in
DiCaprio-
the
Movie
so
was
it's like-
fire, right?
The movie's really good. I wish
You can't really
the movie
Yeah.
misses out on stuff though that the book has that I wish it would.
Oh, the
include.
book was better than the movie.
I know. I never thought I'd be that guy, bro, but I'm that guy right now.
No,
Trust me though. You got, bro. If you read the book, you'd understand. What
I'm really
saying.
excited
bet.
for like 3 movies coming out this year. Like they're all pretty popular. People probably know. But there's this movie called Dune. That's super good. I have the book for that. I haven't read it, but Timothy Chalamet's in it. Zendaya's in it. What's the dude's name who's Aquaman?
Oh, Jason Momoa,
Jason
or
Momoa.
however you say his. I think it's
It's
Momoa.
like it's like
But-
the movie like what inspired Star Wars. So it's like kind of that same effect, but it
Oh.
was like the Star Wars before Star Wars.
That's pretty dope.
And then Tenet, obviously, because that's Nolan, that's Robert Pattinson, John David Washington is really good. Denzel Washington's son, I
Yeah.
forget who that is.
He's a great actor. I love him, bro. He's
Yeah,
like
he's sick.
I don't like him just as much as Denzel yet, because Denzel Washington's like
He goes hard, though. He's
obviously
and he's in
Denzel
a new
Washington's
movie
like a
with
goat.
Zendaya, too.
Yes, okay. I was about to say that
Yeah.
because I saw a picture the other day of him and Zendaya. Pretty intimate picture of
Yeah.
the two of them.
Oh.
But yeah, bro,
acting.
if that happened in real life, I would be all for that. That's all I'm saying.
I see
She's
what
with the
you're
dude in Euphoria, though. The white dude.
The one
like
who's
in real life.
Yeah.
Oh.
her friend
The
in
big-
Euphoria.
like the-
I haven't
like the
watched the
douchebag
whole
in
thing yet.
Euphoria.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
He plays the douchebag character.
Don't get
quote
mad at
unquote.
me, but I haven't seen Euphoria yet.
I've
Yeah,
watched
it's
like
crazy.
2 episodes,
You
and
should
then
watch.
and
That's
then
a
I
good
was
binge.
told that there's
Great.
like a pretty gruesome scene where.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, it's.
And
I mean, I feel
after I heard that, I was like, yeah, I just don't think I want to like.
But low
watch
key,
it.
like stuff with
I'm
that
curious.
kind of makes stuff like that better, in my opinion. Sometimes, okay, not like it.
No, I get what
It
you're saying. Like it
intensifies the
intensifies. The
entire
shit. It's like how,
thing.
yeah.
Like
I-
almost like sort of like realism.
Right.
That kind of
and it makes it like way more like
Yeah.
not like life or death, but it feels like really intense that way.
Yeah.
Like it's like more like serious. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get what you're
like,
saying.
That's one of the reasons.
I just heard about that part and I was like, I
I know
don't really
what
know
you're
that
see,
I
now
want
I'm curious,
Yeah.
and now I'm probably. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
bro,
really
it's
good, bro.
Just
I watched the first 2 episodes though. It's not a bad show at all.
It's a
It's
great
I mean,
show.
there's a reason. Like,
and I know a lot of people love it, so I was like, whoa.
watching a bunch of stuff and like movies and stuff like that it always feels like such a commitment. But once you watch the first episode, you're hooked, right?
Then it's right.
But it's always hard to start it.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
That's why I really liked Game of Thrones though, because like
I love
the fact that I like shows that aren't afraid to kill off characters, because that makes you a little bit more on your seat. Because like if you know a character's not gonna die and they're going through some like death sequence or something like that, you're like, come on, he's not gonna die. But like in Game of Thrones, you never were sure about.
I think I'm at the end of season 2 still.
Of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and I binged it.
Oh really?
Maybe like a year ago, maybe like a year and a
half.
half.
Oh, bro,
ago,
you
right?
got. I'll watch that with you.
I binged it.
It's amazing.
I binged it up until like midway through the second season, and then I stopped because it got a little bit slow. I'm not gonna lie. Like
there's parts in the show
where
like
they're
it's
like,
like
but
a
those
little...
kind of shows have to.
Bro,
have
the
those
part where
parts,
they're
though.
like just chilling and they're like in like those tents at the camp and they're like at war. I was so bored during that because I don't. Those
well,
like
here's the
like,
thing though. With
that one group of characters, I forget like what like Rob Stark and them. I'm hella bored with all those characters.
Yeah.
Oh really?
They bore me.
Those
I like watching. Well, at this point they do. I'm sure they'll be great.
No, I know. It's just fun.
Daenerys,
I just wish
Daenerys. I want to see what she's doing all the time, right? Like I want to see what Daenerys.
Because that's like interesting. Well, and it's also like the part of Westeros
exactly.
that's like not
Loki,
explored.
Loki,
so it's like
I know
different.
like how it ends and all that stuff. But like I'll still watch it,
bro.
I just haven't.
Well, the thing about Game of Thrones is the rest of it gets so intense. I think that they literally have to have like. They have to dedicate like parts of where it's like half of a season is just boring because there's so much setup they have to do for the rest of what happens. Because there's like you said, there's parts where it's like there's like 5-6 episodes in a row where nothing happens.
Yeah.
But then all that you realize how much all that's like once you get through them, you realize how much all that set up the next like 5 episodes, which are like insane. Like you know, and that's how like most of it is. And the thing about Game of Thrones, the last season I didn't love it as much as the rest of it. Yeah. But it's because wasn't the last season
Well, what happened in the last season is they got another offer to do.
I was going to say it wasn't the same like
I don't know what they did because I'm in the situation, but it felt like they half did it because they were moving on to another project that was like much bigger.
Yeah, aren't they
There's
I don't
no
know
way,
if this
there's
is
no way they can go that many seasons of great art story writing and writing.
Yeah.
Just,
I don't know how true this is or not, but isn't there rumors that there's like the backstory to Game of Thrones is coming out, like where it's like
it's kind of like something to do with power.
is it the Baratheons? Yeah, the Baratheons are like it's like when they were actually really powerful.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, and I'm sure that'd be great too. But some things you just gotta let in. I'm not saying Game of Thrones, but like just sometimes people like elongate things that don't need to be elongated.
Yeah, that's why I think the last season was like. I don't want to say it was bad because I really liked it
compared to the other seasons.
Compared to the other seasons, it was bad. Yeah, but I also think I'm glad that they finally came to like a good resolution because if they would have kept trying to like pull it, you know, like keep going with it, it would have just gotten like
it was definitely
you could have, but it would have just gotten like repetitive almost. Yeah, I feel like so much happens that it's like
and that's the one thing what Christian was saying. Like I feel like you have to have those parts in between where there's context that leads up to the parts. Because
if it was all action, it would have lasted like 4 seasons. But instead you get how many? There's like 10 or 8 seasons. So I don't. Either way though, I'm like such a nerd when it comes to shows like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's the same thing when you're talking about new movies coming out, bro. I just automatically went to like all the Marvel movies that are coming out. I'm such a nerd when it comes to that stuff.
Oh yeah, the last one I was gonna say, French Dispatch. I love Wes Anderson and Timothy Chalamet is in that too, and Saoirse Ronan, and I love Saoirse Ronan.
I don't know any. Well, I know who Timothy Chalamet is. I don't know who the others are.
Saoirse Ronan. She's in the movie Little Woman. She's also in the movie Lady Bird. It's like pretty. It's pretty popular.
You watching all like the?
I watch a lot.
Yeah, you watch like my roommate.
All the like.
My roommate up at college. My roommate up at college. We used to joke about he's like we would watch movies and stuff, and he's like he really likes like older like
Stanley Kubrick and like
more like he likes older movies like the Goodfellas, like stuff like that. Yeah. Like stuff like that, like The Godfather.
I mean, that's not too far away. That's like.
Well, I know, but like older, like
too.
I just mean like older, like gangster, like older Western stuff like that type of movies. Okay. Yeah. And I like those movies, but like
Goodfellas isn't necessarily
less. But we always used to joke about like I swear he won't watch a movie unless it's like critically acclaimed for something, because I'd be like, oh, let's watch this, and he'd be like. is it nominated for
Well, I
anything?
think-
Like stuff like that.
Wow.
But he's like really into it, and he like made me
No, I
more
feel
into
you.
it. Shout out to my roommate. I love Weave.
What
That's
I
my
do
roommate. I love that
to
guy.
see if I think a movie is gonna be good or bad or not, which I really shouldn't, but what I go off is if you look the movie up and the IMDb score is over 7, it usually is really good.
See, I don't really care for ratings because there's movies
Yeah,
that
I mean, I'm not saying it's an ultimatum, but
right. But there's
that's a good-
movies I've seen that have like terrible ratings, and I
Yeah.
loved them.
yeah, no, I agree.
Because I also think sometimes the ratings are based off of like stuff that the movie wasn't exactly intended to like
Yeah.
display, you know? Like
Same thing with music too. They do that.
exactly,
Yeah, that pisses
exactly.
me off.
Yeah, exactly. That's why like I don't know, like even when I'm like I get a little skeptical when it has terrible ratings, but then I like see it and I'm like I like it.
It's like-
Usually I like movies that have bad ratings.
Yeah,
but
same.
The thing is, I don't even know what it is, but I just started appreciating things with really, really good writing more.
I
And,
have
I don't
too.
Know, I don't know why,
That's
but
probably
like
why
I
you like,
notice it. I
Tarantino.
notice, love. I've seen
Tarantino's
them
a
all.
great writer.
Love them. Yeah, the writing is just,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I'll be watching. I know it's annoying, but like I do this all the time in my head and out loud. Like I'll be watching a show, and I will say what's gonna happen because I'm like the show is like.
Oh, it's
It's
yeah,
like the
I do
writing,
that all
the
the
writing is and so I'm like I know this is gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I
Like
do that a lot,
and it's
too.
like usually spot on. But when it's well written, like you never know what's gonna
And that's
happen
what makes
in
it
something.
better.
Bro,
right.
Zell like my girlfriend like sometimes will get annoyed with me during movies because I'll literally be like, "Oh, he's gonna die," and then like this is gonna, and then she'll be like,
Yeah,
Bro,
"You
I'll
just
be
want,
like,
or sometimes we'll nerd out and do it together though, so it's like, all right,
yo, that's the bad guy, and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because like I know
it's so
like,
some of
bro,
them are so predictable. Like you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's gonna end up being like he's a bad cop and like stuff like
the
that.
most well written show I've ever watched is this show called Mindhunters.
I've
watched
heard
it.
of that. I've never watched it.
It's so good. It's about real quick. It's about when the FBI was like bringing
Yes. I
together
watched,
like a
the first 2
database for
episodes.
how to like find serial killers and like
Yeah.
predict serial killers and things like that.
It's pretty good though.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
I've seen a little
it's
bit of
so well written, and the main character is like so ridiculously complex. It's such a good
They
show.
didn't need the sex scenes in there. There was no need for that though.
I don't even remember them.
There was like some like sex scenes.
Shows
in
where
there
your
that were-
mind is.
I mean, no,
I'm
but,
just
like,
kidding. I'm just
like,
kidding.
It was just like that. Just reminded me because I watched like the first couple episodes of that. I never finished it, but it's really good. But
I mean,
like there was just a couple sections in there that
it's
just
just
had nothing to do
it's
with
just
the character. I feel
character
like.
layers though. That's just layers of the character.
That's like that reminds me of the movie Taxi Driver. People like fiend over that one. I'm not too big of a fan of it, but
It's like a
Robert
classic,
De
isn't it?
Niro's in it. Yeah,
I've never
and
seen
Scorsese directed. It's one of his biggest
Yeah, okay.
movies.
The man
Scorsese, De Niro, undefeated combo.
Very true. Very true. I completely
Facts.
agree with that.
Have you guys? Oh, probably not. I just watched this. We can be done with the movie stuff after, but I just watched this movie Sleepers. Have you guys seen it? Oh, okay. It's really good. It's like it's about like these 4 kids who like grow up. Brad Pitt, De Niro's in it, and a couple other famous people. You guys know Minnie Driver is? She's in Good Will Hunting.
Yeah,
She's the girl
Oh,
in Good Will Hunting.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
It's basically about these 4 kids who, like accidentally kill this guy, so they have to go to juvenile detention. But they get like abused into juvenile detention, so they grow up, and then they like kill the people that abuse them, basically.
Damn.
Yeah, but the thing is
I'm
like,
with movies
but like
like
there's
that.
Yeah,
four,
I am too. I'll
but
check
there's
it
like
out.
4 there's like 4 of them, and like 2 of them become like one of them becomes a lawyer, so the lawyer is prosecuting them, but in reality he's trying to help them. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll have to
So
check
there's
it
4
out.
of them, and then one.
No, that
becomes
makes
a lawyer,
sense, yeah.
2 kill guys. and then one,
Yeah.
That's
So then he grows up, and they're
fire.
prosecuting. Their friend is prosecuting them, like trying to get them.
But
to
he's
mess
like,
up.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's dope. I gotta watch that. That sounds
Brad
really
Pitt, De
interesting.
Niro.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of good.
That's a good
people
little
in there,
cast.
While we're on the topic of like movies and stuff like that, we could start talking about. I know we wanted to talk about like our favorite music and stuff so far this year, and that's kind of like a similar category at least.
And
So
we
I figured
have,
it's a good
in
time to
breaking
transition.
news, we have the music god himself, Zion Gordon, on the podcast this week. So it's important that we talk about this kind of stuff. You know, I told you guys this was an eclectic presence. This guy listens to all music, every genre.
Very true.
So
Negative.
if you're a music nerd, this is your guy right here.
And we do. Christian and I disagree with Zion on a lot of stuff
Kanye.
as far as music,
When it comes to
specifically
music.
Kanye. But
Haters.
it's because he has a more like deep creative view on music than we do.
And he's gonna laugh at that, but like it's.
But it's actually true. Yeah, as funny as it sounds, it's true.
Yeah, it is definitely. So.
Would you agree? Would you agree?
I mean, I'm not going to.
I'm not gonna agree, but it's true. All right. Do you
I
want?
think
Do you want to
that's how it
start
is.
off? Do you want to start off like talking about your favorite stuff, your favorite
Like
music?
albums or.
Yeah, anything. I mean, just. I say.
I
you
gotta
want to
look
do?
on
Let's
my
do
phone.
right now, and then like you can mention stuff from the.
Yeah,
year,
let me
stuff
look
like
at some
that.
of the music I have right now.
I mean, off the top of my head.
My favorite albums this year are. I think the best album this year for sure is The Weeknd's album, easily.
I agree. Oh,
And
yeah.
I really
do
like
agree,
Mac
actually.
Miller's album. I gotta look at like Uzi's albums up there too.
Yeah.
I mean, those are pretty basic choices, but in terms of everything, those are probably the best ones this year, supposedly. But I gotta look because
I haven't even been listening to like albums specifically. I've been listening to like there's songs I like off a lot of albums, but I haven't had like any albums that I love like the whole album this year. Really,
Yeah.
I disagree.
what-
'Cause I think.
Well, that's his opinion.
Yeah. True. You're right.
What bag do you want me to get into? You want me to get into my R&B bag, or do you want me to?
just anything,
Just
everything.
name
I'll go-
stuff.
I'll go
just
R&B.
name stuff.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez has been going crazy this
Yeah.
year.
I agree. Tory Lanez always goes crazy.
Yeah, that's facts. I don't know if you guys bang with Giveon.
Oh
I
yeah,
like him.
yeah.
His
really
album was
good.
so good.
He, I like. Yeah, I actually really did like his album.
Don Toliver's album was really
Fire.
good.
Pretty good.
Brent Faiyaz's album is really good to
Yes.
me, bro. All
Freddie
this.
Gibbs' album was really good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're speaking my language, my guy. Freddie Gibbs' album was
Gambino's album
fire.
was really good, but it got underappreciated. I feel like because he did like a number thing on it, and he also didn't like market it well.
Yeah,
But I don't think he cares. Like he's such in his creative bag at this point where it's like
yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Just a couple more in this bag. The Division album was really good,
I
and
didn't listen to it. I know Division's really
I didn't
good.
listen to it either.
No, I know it's
and
great.
and Party Next Door's tape.
Mm,
I've
was
never been
so
too big on
good.
him.
I like.
I
Party
know
Next
it's
Door.
good. Remember, like the same thing we were
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
last week, where like
I mean, I feel it.
I can notice someone is really, really good, but they just don't hit me like that.
It's
That's
like-
how I am with Party
It's like
Next
I
Door.
like him because it's like R&B and he's singing, but he
Yeah.
has a super unique sound,
Yeah,
and it just makes me think of driving at 2 a.m. on the highway when no one's around.
that's how Franco should
And that's
be,
just
too.
like the vibe that I like getting from music. So I mean, dude, like,
Bro, you know what I've been listening to a lot of lately? Like for some reason, I don't know why. I love 50 Cent. I don't know why, bro. But I've been listening to so much of like the Massacre and Get Rich or Die Trying lately.
It's funny.
So much of it. I don't know
I
why,
love
bro.
that.
I don't know why. I just love like for some reason, but I love 50 Cent.
I mean, who doesn't?
I mean, yeah, true. I guess it's hard to like. Not.
Yeah,
but,
but,
he like, honest to God, might be in my top 3 rappers.
I mean,
like,
listen,
of all time.
it's-
Like,
and that's-
favorites
The
for
only
me.
reason that's
We should
surprising
do
is
that
because
after we
that's
talk
not.
about that. What's our top 5?
I'm with it.
That'd be cool.
We could do
Like,
top.
that's
5.
not like our era. Like that's why it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
well,
it's interesting.
I also think
Yeah.
like both my older brothers, when I was a little kid, like both like just listened to a lot of 50 Cent because he was like
Yeah,
pretty
he
popular.
was-
Like,
he was the man.
yeah,
I mean, he
exactly.
still is,
And they're not like crazy older than us, but like still they were at a closer age to when he was like really like just coming out with his stuff and
right.
all that. And they used to just play it all the time. And I remember we had like when my brother and I shared a room, we had like a DVD player in there, you know, like some speakers, and we bought all the 50 Cent albums. We had them on DVD and or like CD, and we put them in there and just sit in our room and just listen to 50 Cent. It was hilarious, bro.
That just made me think of. I had like this NBA soundtrack CD when I was really young,
Okay.
and there was a song on it. Well, it was the song "Getting Jiggy with It" by Will Smith. Shout out to August Alsina. And then, and then no, it's like such like a memory. Just like, just
Yeah.
Just think about.
No, yeah, I feel like
nostalgia.
nostalgic when I'm listening to 50 Cent, bro. Like I really do. It's
interesting.
crazy, yeah.
I feel you on that.
And looking back on it, it's hilarious to think that I was listening to like some of the songs when I was that age.
He be
Like, bro, I was listening to like I'll whip. I was like 10. I was like, I'll whip your hair, boy. You know I will. Like,
Bro, there's
sitting in my
There's this
room.
one song. It's an Ice Cube song. I think it's called like "Get Your Back Into It." And when I was young, bro, I would like sing it, obviously not knowing what
Yeah.
the song was about.
Yeah.
But that song, like
I
would
also
sing
used
it
to like
OD, bro.
Candy
That's
Shop
how
when
it
I was a
goes.
kid by 50 Cent, and I
Yeah,
had
it's just funny
no
'cause-
clue what it was actually talking about, but I was like all for it.
Have you
bro.
ever seen like a movie or a show or just like something you watched like you watched it young, and then when
you
get
rewatch
older,
now and you're like, whoa.
it's either way better or like just way different than
Bro,
you
even
remember.
SpongeBob has some stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
I want because
mean,
like
it's very
sometimes
subtle.
I'll put on SpongeBob when I'm like going to bed and stuff, like just to like
yeah.
just for like something to do.
For sure.
And I'll like hear certain stuff and I'll be like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Like,
like oh, that's a little
Yo.
iffy, yeah.
Yo.
But when I'm like, yeah, when you're 10 and you're just watching
It goes
SpongeBob
just
for
so
fun,
over
and
your head.
you have no clue.
It's
yeah.
funny because stuff you don't understand, it goes over your head.
Yeah.
It's like when you learn something new, you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like
yeah,
that.
I
It's a
100%,
weird
100%.
phenomenon, but it's like you learn a new word or something, and it'll always come up.
That's why I like re-listening to like old music or same thing rewatching movies that I've seen plenty of times, because every single time I do that, I always find something like else that is like interesting or that I like about it, you know. And it happens less with music, I'd say, but definitely with like movies and TV shows and stuff.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know JPEG Mafia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another person I really liked. Did you guys listen to Young Lean's album?
Mm-mm.
I liked that one really a lot. What about Dua Lipa?
I know.
I don't
know
really,
Dua Lipa?
yeah, I know who. Yeah, I don't really
Hers is
listen
really good.
though to her.
I know you guys like the Gunna one. I'm just looking
Pop
through my
star.
playlist right now.
Yeah, I feel it.
Do you guys know Jay Electronica is?
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Except he ruined Control by like Kendrick
I
Lamar.
thought his verse was cool, bro.
I don't think his verse. Well,
Really?
it was
I forgot
alright.
how it sounds, honestly.
It was alright, but I think that song would have been so much better if it just
I think I know.
stopped
I
after
think I
Kendrick
still know
Lamar's
that whole
verse.
song.
Like,
Let's see what that's about.
also, I feel like when Kendrick Lamar in that verse was naming everybody, he names Jay Electronica, and I only think he named him because he's featured in the song.
The thing is, so Jay
Kendrick's a good
Electronica is like, he's like a hip hop community legend because the early stuff he put out was really, really good, and he had so much potential, and then he never dropped music, and then he put out an album only to say that he got carried by Jay-Z. That's what like music people said.
No, he kind of. I mean,
like why did he put
Jay-Z's
why
been
did he
one of
why
the
did he
best
put
rappers.
Jay-Z on the
I mean,
album so much?
he definitely attributed to a lot of the tracks.
He should have
though.
just tried to shine by himself, or
Yeah.
not by himself.
Yeah,
you know what I
but
mean?
He probably wanted sales and stuff too. But like the album is great. Who cares? The album is like really great. So
Yeah, it was cool, but man, I don't know.
How do you guys feel about Juice WRLD's album?
the first half I didn't. First listen, because I hate when people just make a full opinion off the first listen. But my first listen, I didn't like the first parts of it as much. But like after the Kid Laroi song. The other side.
That song's also
really
fire.
good.
The one with Kid
love the
Laroi,
Kid
I really
Laroi
like.
too.
Bro, I was listening to it and I didn't look at. I was listening to it in the car and I didn't look at who the features were. And then I like who isn't someone else in it?
Polo G.
Polo
G's
G.
album.
Yes.
Polo G's album.
Polo
is
G's album's also
amazing.
fire. But I heard Polo G and I was like, okay, like I was like, this is pretty fire. And then I heard Kid Laroi and I was like, wait.
Yeah,
I was like, no way, bro.
your
And
guy.
that got me. I really like that song a lot, bro. I really like that song.
I really hope he's on Dominic Fike's new album. Shout out Dominic Fike.
I also think I like the dynamic of the Kid Laroi
And
like
Juice
rapping
WRLD.
with Chicago rappers. Well, yes, and Juice WRLD 100%. But like, cause like he's always like, I don't know if anyone follows him on like Snapchat and like Instagram and stuff, but he's always with Lil Bibby, which I think is hilarious.
They kinda
He's
brought
like
him
Lil
into the
Bibby's like
scene, though.
He's like,
shit.
well, and I think Juice WRLD kind of brought him into that community, you know, like with everybody like that or like at least
He be popping
helped
off,
him
though.
get into that community. I wouldn't say he like carried him all the way, but he definitely helped introduce him. You know,
He's tough though.
I think the Kid Laroi is gonna be a very,
Pretty big.
very, very
He was
famous
hanging,
artist.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
He's
He was hanging out
16,
with
bro.
Dominic Fike, and you guys know I love Dominic Fike.
Yeah.
So I really hope he's on his new album.
I'm excited for the Kid Laroi to drop an album.
Yeah, me too.
Because I love hearing him on features and stuff, but
Facts.
I
He doesn't
want
have
to
that much
hear.
music.
He doesn't have that much solo like independent stuff, which I really want to hear.
Who I hope drops an album this year are I'm gonna ask you guys. Who do you guys want to drop, and then I'll say who I want.
Obviously, I want that new Drake to
Drake,
drop.
Drake.
100%. Obviously.
Drake.
I'm excited for that too.
Drake.
I mean, I don't think it'll.
I think his next album will be great.
I want Playboy Cardi to drop so bad.
Me too.
But I also
Actually,
don't
I
have my
wonder who.
hopes up anymore. But the thing is, bro, if Eternal Take came out, literally anything is possible. So, whole lot of red. Where's it at?
I mean, it's gonna be.
I don't
great.
really
People
know
been
who I
hating
want
on
to
him,
drop
but-
an album. Like,
People have been hating on him, and he's been doing all right, man.
bro, I wanted Polo G to drop an album. He dropped it, so I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Good. He's like he's not underrated, but like he.
I would not be mad if Lil Baby dropped another album because he's going
Bro, Lil
absolutely
Baby is
crazy.
on every single song that I hear.
That's true,
It's
but
cool.
I
He's
would.
going
Lil
crazy, though.
Baby's
He's going
cool.
crazy,
Yeah,
though.
he's cool.
That
but,
he's
like,
going crazy though. That's the only reason that I wouldn't mind it. Because
Gunna-
there's
Gunna
plenty
or
of
Lil
music.
Baby, Gunna or Lil Baby.
Like who would I rather have drop
it
an album or
matters-
who
it
do I
matters-
like
It
more?
matters.
Who do
though.
you like
It matters.
more?
though.
Lil Baby.
Gunna.
It matters.
You like Gunna
It
more?
matters.
I don't love Gunna. Like I like Gunna, but not like. I don't think I'm as hype on him as everybody else is.
Bro,
really.
Gunna, when he raps on a beat, it sounds like...
No, it's very satisfying. I think he's like very smooth, and I like his music. I just
Yeah.
don't like him. I think his like I wouldn't say his style of rapping because I think him and Lil Baby are like kind of similar. But
No, Lil Baby's a way better rapper than Gunna is.
lyrics,
well, that-
lyrics-wise, yeah, sure. but-
Lyrics-wise, yes.
I mean,
but,
yeah,
like,
I
it ma-
agree
but that's
with
like
that.
a preference thing, though.
But I just
Yeah.
like
This is
Lil Baby's
asking
music
someone if
more.
they like
I'm
Tyler,
not
the Creator, or
honestly,
Kendrick Lamar.
I'm not really listening to what Lil
Yeah.
Baby's saying unless he like what that one song.
You're tripping,
Like,
I
you're
be
talking
See,
about.
I'm the exact
I
same way with
don't-
Gunna, kind of.
You be
Is the thing.
splitting, bro.
I
I'm
don't.
not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
listen to what
Oh,
Gunna's saying.
oh,
but-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I know. He's definitely he's a good rapper, but when
Great
Gunna,
rapper.
bro,
Oh, actually, I'm really excited for, and this is kind of funny because I don't love Ian Dior, but I am
He
excited
already
for that.
dropped a little EP.
Ian Dior's hard, bro.
Isn't his full album hasn't dropped yet though? Has
Ian
it?
Dior. I thought that was a little album, the 6-song EP.
Oh, that's all it
not
is?
an album.
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
He's
I thought-
tough, though.
I don't know if he has something else dropping it, but did you hear Black's EP?
Yes, but
Oh,
I
I like
thought it was good.
it is good.
his
It's
song
great.
with Lil Baby's pretty hard too.
Yeah.
What is it? Know My Wrongs, Know My Rights, or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's
There's
tough.
somebody else.
Did it? Is
I don't
Ian
know.
Dior's? This is. Oh, I guess it is only.
You guys know about Guap Dad 4000?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess
I'm
there's.
a big fan of
He's
him.
tough.
I guess there's
He's
only 2 songs I like on
Oh,
Ian Dior's
you know,
album.
somebody
Never mind.
else I'm excited for. Joji. Joji's album's gonna drop, and Joji's
Joji's
is
tough.
really good.
Mm. I don't know why, because I don't really love Machine Gun Kelly that much.
I love his
But
new
the-
stuff.
the
His new
stuff-
songs are really good.
Yes, the stuff
Like
he's been
his
putting out
covers?
is really, really good.
Yeah.
Well, I know we talked about it.
Yeah.
Pretty Toxic Revolver. I
Pretty
love
Much
that song,
Revolver?
bro.
No, I'm just it is really good though.
No, I love that song.
I like his
seriously.
more melodic stuff than him rapping. I'm cool off him rapping.
Bro, I was debating this with my girlfriend. I said I think he could actually be like a successful
Yeah. he
like
could.
punk, not like punk rock, but
I
like
mean, he's going for that right now.
I mean, that's kind of
Yes.
his image.
Yeah.
because his song
Now.
with Ian Dior, Sick and Tired, you know,
Yeah.
I think he sounds like he could actually be like a full on like just punk rock singer.
Yeah. He has a couple songs.
Like
with
he
John
could sing.
Lewis.
He could be like the lead singer of Green Day.
I could see it honestly.
Like
Just
he
his
has that
look.
type of
Oh,
voice.
He has that look too.
Yeah, and he has that. Like, yeah, that's like his style kind of
Yeah,
too.
kinda
He's
his
tough though.
image a
Shout out Thomas Jefferson High School. He is an alumni
Machine
for
Gun
those
Kelly,
who don't know.
Colorado
Machine Gun
guy.
Kelly is
Yeah.
from Colorado.
Did
He's not from Colorado. He
Did
went to high school
graduate
here
from-
for like 2 years.
Did he graduate from
No,
TJ?
no.
Okay, so
I think he graduated
he's
from
not
a high school in
alumni,
like
but-
Cleveland or Columbus, Ohio. Something in Ohio.
Week 3, being consistent. Pop Smoke, third week we're mentioning him. I thought his album was pretty good.
I
Man.
thought it was great.
I thought there was.
It's been out for a week already.
I love
I'm still listening to it.
the features he had on there. I'm glad that he got a lot of love from like big artists as far
Yeah,
as
I mean,
features.
I mean, he deserved
honestly,
it.
Oh yeah, that's
honestly,
what I'm saying.
like,
I completely think he
the big
was at
features
that.
he had weren't my favorite songs.
No, and that's the thing too. I think he actually did better than a lot of the features on his album.
And I really mess with the songs where he's not doing what he normally does.
The R&B stuff. Me
Yep.
too.
Like
Those
are the best.
Bro,
songs
his
on
song
the
with King
album for
Combs
me.
is so hard.
I like the
Diana.
TJ one.
Yeah, that song
That's
is good.
my favorite.
What'd you say?
The one with Lil TJ.
Oh, I thought you said you liked the teacher line in that song where he's like,
Oh
"She
my
would look
God.
good as a teacher." I was like, that's
She
probably
wanted
the
to be a
worst
teacher.
line. No, but
Thinking
yeah,
she would look good as a teacher.
yeah, that.
Whoa,
But he,
snapped.
I
Be
think he.
respectful, guys. I'm just kidding.
When King Combs said, "I don't need a designer. I'm him."
Stylist.
Woo!
Stylist.
I choked.
No, but yeah, that fire.
No, but-
It's a fire
no,
line.
It's not. It's not.
What? The line?
Combs is smooth.
He said, I don't need a stylist. I'm him." No,
I think that's
I was saying that as a joke. You think it's?
I think it's tough.
fair enough.
I just think it's like
in,
I just
in
think,
context of the song, it's cool.
Yeah,
and
it
I
doesn't
think
matter if the
because
bars
it's
don't
and I
matter.
think because of the person who's rapping, it's cooler.
I think he was good.
Because
Yeah,
I think
for
he's
sure.
I think he's
For
just
sure.
like an all around like actual like cool person.
No, I thought he was
like
tough.
he's just
He
like
was tough
wavy,
on the song.
you know, like he's just like someone who's like pretty cool.
Something special. That song, I love that song.
I think we all talked about too. I think my favorite song is Yeah.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah,
also,
'cause-
that's
Yeah, it's
What's
fire.
the song?
yeah.
I've already said mine.
Yeah, but
I
no, I
love
think
TJ.
Pop Smoke had a good album.
Yeah.
Juice WRLD, I agree with you on that. It's like I need to listen to it a little more too because
Yeah.
it's still like pretty recent.
There's some stuff on
There's
there.
some really good stuff for sure, but I definitely need to listen through again because I was also listening to it while I'm driving, so I'm not like
I mean, that's sometimes
fully
the best time,
engaged.
though.
Well, yeah, but I was just like, if I didn't like the first 45 seconds, I was skipping. So it's like,
Yeah,
I need to-
but
I
you
need
can
to,
kind of
like-
tell the pretense of a song by the
yeah,
first.
yeah. But it was the same thing. The first half, I was kind of skipping it. Second half, I was listening to everything all the way
Yeah.
through for the most part.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see. I don't know. I'm gonna let it marinate a little
I'm
more.
gonna play.
with me.
After this podcast, I'm gonna play you guys the Fike songs. They're like, I'm telling you,
tough?
bro. Like, oh my god, bro. Like,
Alright.
literally, like top 5 all time for me right now.
Top 5 songs or Fike is top 5 all time?
Fike is
Okay.
like,
Oh, okay.
top. Maybe I'm being a little dramatic. Maybe top 10, but I'm telling you, like, I love Dominic Fike songs.
Yeah.
bro. Like he's like the perfect mix of like everything I like.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
I
gonna
need
be
to.
big.
I'm trying to expand my music taste a little bit.
Bro, honestly, I could honestly send you my playlist and you'll find like 10 different people, bro.
Yeah.
No bogus.
Alright.
Zion sent me his playlist, and then I just added his playlist to one of my playlists and made it look like it was mine.
Bro, I saw that. I texted you about it. That was so funny.
Finesse moves.
What's going on, big man?
Because, bro, if I could send that to people and they're very impressed with me, you know what I mean?
That
Speaking-
playlist was kind of weak though. I could send you a better one than that.
Do it. I don't listen to that one anymore.
Yeah.
I stopped listening to it.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
kinda
you
old
have-
now.
Speaking of rappers, you know who else is getting to the bag? Patrick Mahomes, ladies and gentlemen.
Very true.
What is it? 10 years,
10 year,
503 million?
503. I think 470 guaranteed or something like
I
that.
thought he was the second, but I thought Neymar was the first at first. But then I looked it up, and Neymar. I think
The
it's like
are you talking about
300
highest
mil.
paid athletes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
I think he's first now for sure.
That's
Not
crazy.
yearly though.
Bro,
Maybe
he makes.
first.
I saw a thing. He makes a
1,600 a day.
no. He
No,
ma-
is
or
that
it's
a
like it's
second?
like per
No,
second.
he
he
makes-
makes like $1.08 or like 86 cents a second or something.
Yeah, he makes.
That's
If I'm not
insane.
mistaken, he makes about $137,000 a day
Yeah.
for the next 10 years.
That's yearly salaries.
Oh, no,
that's
that's
a
like-
good yearly
That's
salary.
a yearly salary after you've been in your career for 15
Yeah,
years.
like that's a
already.
solid yearly salary. Like
with
if I
a
was
good college degree.
if I was making that much money, I would be completely
No,
content.
no. We're thinking higher than that, Grant.
Well, yes, but I'm saying right now, if I was making that type of money, I'm content for a little bit.
Oh,
I'm never gonna
now?
be fully content
Bro, do
with
you
like
understand-
that stuff.
Do you
but
understand what I could do with $137,000 right now?
I would buy my own house.
Well,
I
I'm
would
in-
do
I'm
so much. I'd buy my own house. I'd invest. I'd
I'm
do.
investing about 70,000 of it. Right off bat, probably more actually.
I guess
How much
at
is
our
it?
age,
How much did I say? 100 and what is it?
37.
37,000.
something like that.
Honestly, I might invest. Shout out to my brother. Like I might like invest and then try to get some like real estate stuff going.
Yeah.
Like the bag, you know. But
Yeah.
do you understand,
Some
bro?
assets, baby.
Because I don't have any expenses, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm living on my own.
I would buy my own house if I had that much money, though. I'd move out. I'd
Like
buy
get a
my own
little
house.
apartment.
Yeah,
You
like a
think?
townhome. Yeah,
Would you?
bro, you could put a
Ooh.
$10,000
Yeah,
down payment,
down payment.
and then I'd still have
I mean, that's not even a bad
$127,000, and I'd only be paying like $2,000 a month. I bet
That's pretty
for
fire.
a mortgage.
actually.
That's
Would
great.
I mean, I'm going to school, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't matter. I mean, I guess.
No,
it
I
wouldn't
feel
really
you, though.
matter,
I
but
feel you.
Yeah.
I don't even want to have that much money. I mean, I do, but not right now. Cause, like, if I had it, bro, I just have to put it away immediately. Cause there's so
Yeah, I'd
much
try to
stuff
put
I
most of it
want, and
away.
it'd just be dumb stuff.
That's why I would.
I mean, I could control myself, obviously, but
I would invest some.
But no,
Yeah,
good
I'd
for
have to
good for
put-
Patrick Mahomes though. Seriously, 'cause
second
that's
best quarterback in the league. That's crazy. I'm just kidding. He's
he.
Ooh, I like Russell
I mean, you can
Wilson.
make an argument though.
No,
that-
no,
you can't.
you
You
can't.
cannot make
Patrick-
an argument.
no, the
because
one-
he likes Russell Wilson. That's why
I-
I said
that
that.
was a
Oh,
joke.
I thought you were talking about
Russell
Tom Brady.
Wilson
No, that's a joke.
What?
But this is what I have to say. Anybody
The Tampa
that
Bay
has
bum.
had
Just kidding.
anything,
He's the. I mean, I don't like Tom Brady myself, but he's considered the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
not in the league right now.
tell me not though.
I mean,
Any-
I don't think he. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but keep going. Keep
No,
going. Keep
okay.
going.
I was just gonna say, literally anyone who said anything about Patrick Mahomes literally never debates like if he's not the best quarterback. Like even analysts, like they'll be like Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, I guess that yeah, you're true. Right now, he is definitely the best quarterback.
It'd be
in the
funny
league.
if he just.
But I'm
choked his
saying,
third
I'm
year.
saying the
much
reason
of
I
that money
was
is
the
guaranteed?
reason I was saying he might be second is because the greatest quarterback of all time is still in the league, but currently he's not playing as the best quarterback in the league.
If
that
Patrick
makes
Mahomes
sense.
keeps going like
You know what I'm
this,
saying?
he'll be the best.
Like Tom Brady has a GOAT career right now, but he's not playing right now like he's still the
I
best
mean, I
quarterback.
understand
That's what I mean. So
Do you get what I'm
Patrick
saying?
Mahomes
Does that
is-
make sense?
but Patrick
People aren't
Mahomes
saying
will
Patrick
take his
Mahomes
crown.
is
I feel
the-
like.
Oh, I
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes
If he keeps
keeps
playing
on
like
his
this-
path,
Of
bro,
course. Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes is by far the best quarterback in the league right now. I think that's fine.
Russell Wilson
'Cause
second
it's
though.
debatable.
Drew Lock, baby.
That's
Shout
definitely not
out
Drew
to
Drew
Lock.
Lock. Drew Lock.
ESPN quarterback rankings. Russell Wilson second.
It's Drew Lock. No debate. Drew Lock is number 2. He's gonna carry the Broncos to the Super Bowl this year. Mark
Over,
my
what
words.
conference are you guys in? The same
AFC.
conference as the
The
Chiefs.
AFC what?
As the Chiefs.
What is it? The AFC what?
Yeah, I think it's the West. But you
AFC
guys are
West? Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. No,
guys
You
are
mean
the
you mean the
same
Broncos conference?
yeah. Broncos Nation.
Nah.
Chiefs conference.
We're
Broncos
probably I
Nation.
mean
And the Chargers are in
Damn,
there.
the Chiefs are in it too.
Yes.
yeah, the Chiefs are in our
See, I
conference.
don't know anything about football, so
Yeah,
So
that's
you
why
guys
I know plenty about football. I don't know like all the intricacies and stuff. Like I don't know what division the Nuggets are
So
in.
the Broncos are.
we're
all-
in like the
are
there's a bunch of
only
weird
ever-
Yeah,
divisions
the
like that in
Atlantic
basketball,
division
but the
and the-
divisions don't matter for basketball really though.
Yeah, 'cause
like it
you're
doesn't
playing
prove
everybody,
anything.
like, a million
Like
times.
conferences actually matter for football.
Yeah.
No, our
Divisions
that
for
conference
basketball
is
or
difficult,
don't matter at all though.
But the Broncos, Drew Lock. What song was he singing? I put on for my city. Yeah, that made him the best quarterback in the league after that clip. So
Russell Wilson dating Sierra made him the best quarterback. in the
that's a
league.
good one too.
He's a stepfather.
Wait, let me think.
He stole Future's kids away from him. You support that?
Future let his kids be
Just
stolen.
kidding.
No, nah.
That's
Future,
what happened.
he's getting the best.
He-
His kid is getting the best of both
He
worlds.
put
I'll tell
Future
you
in
what.
a terrible mental state.
I mean,
How do you feel
Oh,
about that?
come on.
Homewrecker Russell
I'm
Wilson.
kidding.
What?
Is he a homewrecker? Speaking of which, Future had a
Future's
great
a
album
homewrecker.
also.
In his
Whoa.
own marriage.
Did you? Future said. Future said he won't in the song "Riding Strikers," probably the best song on his album. He said, "I won't enjoy life if it's not toxic."
That's not. It's like,
Toxic King Future.
it's actually funny, but like it's not.
It's pretty funny.
I mean,
he's
it's
embracing
not.
he's embracing his brand because that's his brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's like you have this.
But
it's like if
girls,
that's
why
it-
is it brand?
you have
that,
the city
though?
girls, and then you have like Future.
I'll never snitch on
Like
you.
that's it's like the
He's our
parallels.
representative.
Yeah, Hot Boy Summer King is Future. He's Hot Boy.
Don't ever say
He's
that
City
again.
Boy King. Why you don't like Hot Boy Summer?
I'll never snitch on you.
Oh whoa.
You know that song?
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
thought you were making a commentary.
Oh,
But not Future. We stand Future
you stand Future.
because his music is good.
I stand Harry Styles. Oh, that's another album I liked. Just besides the point.
Watermelon Sugar. That
I like what's the song off his album that I like? Adore You. I like that song.
I
It's
like
good.
the whole thing. The
Is
best
that what it's
one-
called? Is that the
Yeah.
title of the song? Adore You. Okay.
I like know the whole album. Like,
The-
it's in
the
my-
video's
my-
weird,
his
though.
One Direction stuff was better. No
The
cap.
video for Adore You
You're
is
just
weird. Shut up. The video for Adore You I don't like
The-
though. With the fish, is that one?
Yeah, my favorite.
Weird
I like
video.
The Watermelon Sugar video.
I haven't seen the Watermelon Sugar
He's-
video.
he's
I don't love
fly.
that song that much.
What?
It's cool.
Watermelon
I mean,
Sugar.
People love
I like
it.
what,
It's like a
what's the
TikTok
other
pop,
dude that was
isn't
in
it?
One Direction that makes solo music now?
There's like two. There's
Zayn,
all three.
Zayn.
Zayn.
Zayn
What were
makes
the other-
solid
what were the
He's
music.
a
other
handsome
ones?
guy.
That is a handsome guy. No
No
cap.
cap. What were the other two? We named three. Oh,
Niall.
I said Niall, Zayn, Harry. Why
Malik.
are we doing this?
Malik?
The
Or no, that's
other-
Zayn's last
no,
name.
the other dude makes music though too. Like,
No,
he
who
just
are
had,
the
like,
other two?
Liam. Is it?
Liam.
Is that his
one
name?
more.
Neil,
Yeah, yeah.
Niall Horan or something.
I said that. I said Niall.
It's Harry, Zayn. Oh, there's 5, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the other guy's just irrelevant then.
That's crazy.
He's like
Yeah,
the
we don't know
third.
him?
Beatle
He
of the Beatles.
he's like he's like Jaden Smith and Willow Smith's older brother. He's like Trey Smith. I think his
Don't
name's
just
Trey.
There's a girl that I used to know that when she thought about Niall, she would start crying.
Okay.
She won't listen to this, so it's whatever. But she would think it's funny now. That's the homie. That's funny, right? It
There's
was just
also-
it was just like that's how much influence they had.
They
at
really
one point.
did.
No,
It
the
was
last
crazy.
guy's like the third Franco brother. It's like Dave Franco, James Franco, and then there's just the last.
There's a third
guy.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I think there's a. I don't know how true this is, but I also want to say there's a third Hemsworth brother, but I don't know
I'm
if
sure
that's
there is.
fully true or not.
Wait, I feel like he actually makes movies though.
No, it's just Liam
Liam
Hemsworth.
That
Chris
reminds me of-
Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
I swear, one more Hemsworth makes movies. Bro, they're
Chris? I don't know.
Chris, Liam are the famous ones.
That's what I thought.
You want to Google it?
That reminds me of Casey Affleck and Ben Affleck, but Casey Affleck is actually like super.
Oh, I did not know
talented and
Ben
stuff.
Affleck.
Ben
He just
Affleck
gets
is hella
overshadowed.
Oh
talented.
no, they don't
I
have
know,
another brother.
no,
I
no,
lied to
but
everybody. Oh,
Ben
wait.
Affleck overshadows Casey Affleck. But
Oh,
Casey Affleck is
you think he?
really
Okay,
good.
I got you. Yeah, I bet.
Oh yeah, they do. Luke Hemsworth.
Yes.
He is an actor. You're right.
Come on.
He's on the TV series Neighbors, and he's in Westworld. Don't you watch that show?
Of course.
Yes. Which one is
Top
he?
3 show ever.
He's this guy.
Like for me, like Breaking Bad and Westworld are the
I don't
top
He's
2
Ashley
best shows
Stubbs.
maybe of all
I
time.
don't like his character.
He's Ashley Stubbs
His
in
character's
Westworld.
fine. Like his
I mean,
character
it's
is
cool.
what it
Who's your
is.
favorite character in Westworld? Marshawn Lynch? No, I'm kidding.
Marshawn Lynch is in that?
That was funny. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
I mean,
is
I
it
could
good?
say-
Should I watch it?
I could. I mean, it's
Bro,
amazing.
yeah,
It's
watch
great.
it. It's
Is it
so
pretty
good.
solid?
Yeah.
Is it on Hulu? What's it on?
I like.
HBO.
What's the
Oh.
dude's
Because it's
name?
big time.
Who
All
wears-
the best shows are on HBO. No cap.
What's
Facts.
the dude's name? Who
Power.
wears the black? Who wears the black suit and the cowboy? He's so fly to me. He's all
The
old.
Man in Black.
Yeah.
Why do I forget?
I think his name is actually the Man in Black.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
Men in
his-
Black, dude, with Liam. No.
Okay. No, his
Man in Black. No, his name is actually the
Oh
Man
my
in
god,
Black.
another Will Smith movie. Shout out August Alsina.
Will Smith.
The disrespect
What
you're
is
just
it?
putting to Will Smith right now. It's like I almost
He
want
is
to
the
like.
goat. He is the goat.
I almost want to tell you you're not allowed to say anymore.
Who?
Like just I'm gonna bleep out any time you say August
I say,
Alsina.
August Alsina.
Yeah.
All right.
Just because of the pure disrespect to
I'm
the
just gonna make
coolest
the
actor
editing- I'm
alive.
just gonna make the editing really hard, so I'm just gonna keep saying
I'm
it.
switching.
What was I? What is his real name in the show though? What is he?
I think his name is. I looked him
It's
up.
not-
His name.
oh.
Bro, I'm telling you.
In the show, he has an actual
up.
name. Bro, he's a very big character in the show.
I
They
know,
don't just call
he's
him
a
the Man
great-
in
he's a-
Black.
I'm
That's
telling
part.
you.
That's probably part of his character. It's when he's like.
Look him up.
It's when
Look
he's
him
in
up.
the part. He's the Man in Black.
Because he's also in this movie called The Truman Show. He's a big actor. Like he's not just on that
Of
show.
course. Bro, obviously. What, you want to box in front of all the people? Me and Grant are already gonna box on episode
Yeah, true.
208. So
Yeah. We're meeting each other at
What's his
170.
name?
Ed Harris is his real name.
Yes. Ed
You like that idea,
Have you
Christian?
guys seen the
What?
movie The Truman
We'll meet
Show?
each other at 170.
I know what it is, but what do you mean?
At one, that's the weight we're fighting at.
170.
snitch
Yeah,
on
we
you.
can meet each other at 170.
Okay.
I'll hold a brick for you.
Hey.
Kind of just like stay the same.
Okay. All right, we'll meet each other at 180.
Cool, I'm with that. Meet each other at 180.
All right.
Wrestling or
No, this is
wrestling?
full UFC match. This is MMA,
Oh
baby.
my gosh.
Well, I'm throwing kicks. Actually, it'd probably be
Yeah?
way easier. I can't kick that high.
I don't think I have that kind of range of motion.
Christian's 6'10" for those watching.
I wish. What's his name in the show though?
I'm telling you. Did
Bro,
you
they
not
don't
see
call
that?
him the Man in Black. He has a name.
Just look up Ed
Robert?
Harris
It
West-
must be Robert, bro.
Bro, what? You just looked it up.
Yeah, his character comes up as the Man in Black, but that's not like his whole
That's
character.
not what I said.
Bro, that's his character. Oh my god, why are we
Well,
talking about this?
While you're on your phone, you want to pull up some of the questions that we got asked
Yeah.
as well? Because I think they got
Yeah.
asked to you mostly on your personal one.
Yeah,
instead of the-
exactly.
yeah.
Bro.
Yerp.
The Man in
Hey,
Black.
that's just a reminder, guys. Please, please, please make sure to go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Applaud the Pod so that you
Oh,
can send in
William, I
questions. William. Ah. Shh, that was so much work. All right.
All right,
here.
now we'll get into some questions though.
Get into questions. Let me pull
Some
up
of
the
these
first one and it's
Questions
black.
submitted by our followers.
Thanks to all my fans. Just kidding.
Do
Okay.
you have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, me knitting videos.
Dude, have you
wanna
seen all
pay-
the
you can pay
have you
for
seen
that
all the
if you
videos
want.
of like people on TikTok who like girls will be like, all right, so I tried making an OnlyFans. I don't actually like they don't actually post anything like bad on there. It's just like them in like their swimsuit,
Right.
and they actually make like a lot of money off of it. That's insane, bro.
Hey,
That's
get
crazy.
Get to your bag how you want to.
That's wild.
Let's get into our first question. Are aliens real? Ooh, I like that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, on that, bro. Yes. We don't even know. We haven't even discovered everything on our own planet. How in the hell are we gonna discover? Like,
I mean,
obviously they're real,
The
bro.
universe is so big.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. Like, we don't even know what lives in the ocean.
Bro, okay, so like
Aliens could live in the ocean.
where we've explored, well, they wouldn't be aliens because they're in.
Well, yeah, because they're on
planet,
Earth, but they could look like
Sorry
aliens.
to be nitpicky. Look.
Alien.
Okay, so like the amount of the universe that we've explored so far is like the equivalent of me going to my front door, stepping outside, and being like, I'm the only person that exists, and going back inside. It's the same thing. But we haven't seen anything.
It's actually kind of a good.
You like that analogy?
Yeah,
I
that's
came
a
up
good
with it on the
analogy.
spot. So, I
That's
mean,
a
that's how
fair
I feel about
analogy.
it. That's how I feel
Bro,
about
the
it,
thing
bro.
that
there
it,
has to
like-
be something, bro.
The idea that we're alone in a galaxy that's practically endless,
Mm-hmm.
it's just not plausible.
I mean, not just because I've seen. Just that reminds me of the movie we were talking about, Arrival. Basically, there's aliens that come to the planet and they're trying to teach them English. That's basically the premise of the whole story. But my thing is just like I feel like humans, like as a species, are just so limited in what we can actually do. So like our eyes, like there could be aliens like in the universe that we just didn't recognize as aliens because our eyes just can't register.
I was about to say I heard that I saw this like on a video I don't know if you guys know what's his name? Lazar. Bob. Is it Bob Lazar? Do you guys know who that is?
Negative.
I think his name's Bob Lazar. He used to work at Area 51 and stuff. And So his name is, so this guy, Bob Lazar, is an American conspiracy theorist who claims to have been hired in the late 1980s to reverse engineer UFOs, basically. So they would take these UFOs and like break them down, like he would take them apart and like try and like create them again to like, so that they could figure out what everything is taken out of, or at least that's what he claims. And he like has a movie on Netflix and stuff, even like where he came out, because it's called I don't even remember what it's called, but he bro, like I've watched a bunch of like videos of him and stuff where he like talks about it, and what he claims, and this is from a guy who apparently worked at Area 51, worked at all these, worked on these projects where he's actually like working with UFOs and stuff. He claimed that like aliens exist, but we physically cannot see them because they have, like, we see in 3D, right?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
He claims that aliens are like 4D, technically.
I got you.
So they're literally unable to be seen by human eyes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because we're not actually like our brains aren't like
advanced
enough to be able to actually process it and see it. Isn't that like, that's insane to think about? Like he said, he was like, there could be an alien, like there, like for example, like there could be an alien sitting next to you, but you just have no idea. Yeah.
No, that's what I was kind of getting at too. Like,
which is,
I agree with
crazy.
that. I think humans just like to believe that we're better than we are, but we're really limited.
I mean, it's hard not to, because we're the best we've seen. Do you know what I mean?
Well, and he also, bro, what was the...
Bro, when you are...
It's like if you were the best player in Colorado or something.
Bro, it's like if you're the best player you've ever seen, you're gonna think you're the best. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's if you're the best. You're the best player in one area. It's like big fish, small pond, like all that kind of stuff.
Okay, this is what he claimed too. So he said. So first of all, he said, you know how our whole like conception of UFOs as like humans is like they're like little flying saucers and they fly like that. You know, like it's like a disc and it like moves like that. Yeah. He said that that's actually wrong, that they're, like, they are that shape, but that they fly upwards. So, like, instead of it flying like that, it flies like that. And apparently the reason we can't see them is because he claims they move so fast that they're able to bend, like, light around
that
them.
Means they can time travel, supposedly.
Well, exactly. And it means that they could bend light around them so that it's actually undetectable to anything, because you can't actually...
Wow.
Like, nothing could actually detect it because it's, like, so...
That makes sense.
Like, fast, I guess, maybe? Like, because it's just at such a high speed, it's impossible to see.
I just think that we just are so limited. And we create things that make us less limited, which is good. But us as humans in general, we're just so...
Like, do you guys ever wonder if, like, we're going to get to a point where there's just nothing else that can be, like we can't evolve?
That's what I was reading this thing about Elon Musk, because I've been on like a little Elon Musk phase, I guess. But
I love
like
Elon Musk,
I mean,
bro.
yeah, everybody loves Elon Musk. But he was just talking about how, like, if we get to, like, he was kind of proving, I don't know everything, like the bits and pieces, but he was just talking about how we could so just be in a simulation just based off how we're moving now.
Oh yeah.
Like the fact that like 10 years ago there was NBA games where Vince Carter looked like crap, kind of. Not crap,
yeah, he looked like a pixel, and
now we have NBA 2K
exactly
where he
like
literally
him.
looks like LeBron, or like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
10 years ago was way different. Like I feel like we don't appreciate some stuff at some
every
like
year,
Call of Duty is amazing.
Insane.
Every year you're like, oh my god, these graphics are incredible, and then the next year's game come out, and then
wears
you
out on you.
And then you look at the last year's game, and you're like, those were awful.
Yeah.
Well, bro, and look like
have you guys ever seen the theory that like eventually, with like where we're going with virtual reality and stuff, eventually virtual reality will be so real that you won't be able to tell
like
if you're in virtual reality, if you're in real life. You won't be able to tell.
That's the thing. We could be in. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like we could.
Which is just.
I mean, I know that sounds dumb,
bro.
but like we could be in a virtual reality right now. It's just like the Matrix kind of too. It's just like that could so easily be done. It's just like you look in these movies and you're from the outside and you're like, these people are so stupid, but we could literally be those people right now.
Bro, speaking of Elon Musk, actually, have you guys watched his most recent Joe Rogan podcast together?
I'm literally started. I was watching it up in the mountains.
I don't really watch Joe Rogan like that.
I don't watch it. I watched.
I like watching Joe Rogan because he's really educated on so many just such diverse topics, bro.
I just love Elon Musk. So
I love Elon Musk as well.
And I think it's Kid Cudi too.
I think it's so interesting to hear Elon Musk talk because it's almost like boring for him to talk to people because he's just so far beyond everything that people talk to him about.
Well, it's not. Yeah, he's really smart, but I just feel like he made himself really smart.
Yeah, I agree. Well, bro, but what I was gonna say, one of the things they talk about on their show is Elon Musk is in the process of designing.
Oh yeah,
this
the
chip.
Brain
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
Where it can transfer.
It goes. So essentially, how he described it is, they would drill out a part of your skull, replace it with this microchip thing, and it would just look like it's part of your skull. Like you would not be able to tell at all. Like it's flush with your skull, and he said it literally would have the abilities to, if a guy is completely paralyzed, they could install that in him, and it'll fix everything, and he'll be able to walk again.
Oh,
yeah.
Neuralink,
yeah.
And he said, Joe Rogan was like, "How far are we away from this technology?" And he said, 5 years probably.
Jeez.
Imagine, that's insane. You can teach. He was like, yeah, we could make things like, if you have any type of disability, anything like that, get the chip.
The thing that I like, my bad.
You could go ahead.
I was gonna say the thing that I like about Elon Musk though is it's a lot of the stuff that he does. It seems so far out to regular humans, but well, I guess I kind of phrased that bad, but he'll for example, he'll be he'll think of something that could really help, and instead of just thinking it's too far in the future, he'll actually go.
Yeah, he makes it happen. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's just the fact that he just has the confidence that he can actually achieve it, where other humans will think that it's just so far out of reach, but he'll just go for it. And I think that's what makes him such a great innovator and
Yeah, and the other thing I like about him too is this was also on the most recent podcast with Joe Rogan. He was talking to him, and he was they were talking about the rockets and stuff that they're building, with SpaceX and all that.
Did you hear? Never mind, I'll tell you.
And he said Elon Musk was people conceive me as this just super genius that's the smartest guy in the world. He was like, I can't build a rocket by myself. He was like, I have no idea how to do that. He's like, I don't know how to do half the stuff with the rocket, but I am not afraid to go get people who know how to do it and put together these huge teams of people.
Right.
But he was like, I don't know how to build a rocket. I know how to do some stuff, but Elon Musk by himself can't just build a rocket.
Elon Musk has the bag.
Right. He has the ability to get in contact with the people who can actually put it into work. And he is insanely smart. Don't get me wrong. He could probably do more than most people in the world can do alone.
Just determination.
Yeah.
It reminds when you're talking about the rock star, reminded me I was reading this or watching this thing on YouTube, and it was talking about how Elon Musk's rockets, you know how he has his SpaceX and everything like that. Elon Musk's rockets, he got it to a point so it's affordable because he wants people to be able to live on.
Yeah, he wants it to be affordable travel.
So for example, NASA to put a rocket into space takes $200 million.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk created he created his own little foundation or project or whatever where he creates his own rockets within, so it only takes him 200,000.
Well, and that's the whole thing.
200 million, which means if you can make it affordable to humans to go to Mars and stuff like that, that's just crazy.
Well, and the reason his are so affordable is he figured out the way to do the thing where instead of like the old school rockets where they'd shoot over the ocean and a bunch of the chambers would fall out. Yeah, everything in his is reusable.
Damn.
So all of it, you know how when they blast off, there's the rockets that help them blast off, and then it gets out of the atmosphere or whatever, and they just fall off. In the past, people that's done. You never use those again.
Yeah.
All those are probably $100 million to make, and they're just down the drain. He created the technology or whatever, and they actually did the test thing the other day. I watched it on TV with my family, and it landed all the landing or all the stuff that fell off the rocket. I don't know what it's called, but whatever, the stuff that helps propel it lands and it's able to be used again, which is that's such a game changer because you can reuse every part of your rockets now. It's not just a one-use thing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
When you're talking about that Neuralink thing, it made me think. Jeez. It made me think of. We've already gotten to the point where. Humans won't ever evolve again. As
far as different form physically.
Because we won't ever evolve. We already beat natural selection.
Yeah, because we make things that make us not have to evolve. We don't have to evolve because we can build things that cater to us instead.
Everybody survives, obviously, almost. You know what I mean? But people, That's why the
No, that's a great
population
point.
goes up. So humans will never evolve again.
That's actually a really
crazy,
good point.
right?
Yeah, because
Like,
we
physically, never.
the reason we evolved is like
At least people in
because
high-
we
high
had
society.
because we
because
had
the
to
people who
evolve
couldn't
to
hunt
work
for
with
food
right.
would die, and the people that could hunt would mate with other people that were also able to
Right.
create and do things, and then so you get a baby with good genetics.
LeBron James.
I mean, you can make the argument with like coronavirus and stuff, though. All the people who. It's
I mean,
the
that's
plague.
like. I mean,
Well,
okay,
yes,
I
yes,
guess
yes,
like
yeah.
that's yeah.
Like, all
No,
the
I
people
feel
who
that.
beat it will
But
have
it's
to
like-
move forward, and all the people who didn't, and that's
Interesting.
selection, which is awful.
Yeah.
So I'm not making understanding.
I know what you mean though.
no,
You're
that's
right.
true. Well, but that's just like how it works. Is as like terrible as it is, that's just what like that's life. You know, like people die from diseases, and it's not
There,
necessarily because you're a weak person. It just happened to
It happens,
you
and-
happen to be the one. You know.
And then if
Which is
you-
awful, but-
right, and so it's
Yeah, it's
But no,
crazy.
it's-
That is crazy
yeah,
to think about though.
Never like
I really
they'll
bro
evolve
like
in the way like humans look. They'll evolve. Like everybody will be.
have you seen the thing where everyone's gonna be like a similar skin
everybody's
color?
Like, everybody's like a red bone.
That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Are gonna be mad. That's
Well, yeah,
crazy.
there's how can you be racist
Racists
if everybody
are
looks
gonna be mad.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like at a certain point, like because people talk about like how like, oh, like we just need the old generations to die off and racism will go away. Yeah, partly,
To
a
a
little
certain
bit,
degree,
to a
but-
certain degree, yes. But really, what is gonna end up happening, I think, before racism just dies off,
Think
is
about other stuff.
everybody's gonna be so, like mixed. Like like you're gonna have like people who are like half Mexican, half black, marrying people who are half white, half Asian, and then it just goes further
for sure.
until there's just like
Yeah.
everybody's gonna look
I mean,
pretty similar, you
Yeah.
know. So it's just like at a certain point it'll like weed itself out, but then there's just gonna be another
So
thing
the problem
to
is-
separate us, you know.
the problem is human nature. The problem is human nature is to want to be like above your peers. And that's just kind of how it is. Like
Yeah.
in
Well,
like, big
somebody
groups.
wants to have power, right?
Somebody wants power, right? So people will say, "Oh, us over here, we have brown hair, and you guys have black hair. Like we're."
That's
this
what I
and
mean.
that."
It's gonna get to a
And
point where it's like
the people in
people
power
have
can,
curly hair and people don't.
the
Like,
people in power can just perpetuate a narrative that benefits the way that they are,
Right.
right? And so it'll be. I mean, people discriminate against people for religion, right? And it's doesn't make any sense, but it'll be religion or hair color or one
Right.
day, in like.
exactly.
like,
Well, people
in, like,
always want a
classes-
reason to feel like they're better than someone
When
else. or
when
something.
people teach like little kids about racism, they'll be like, "Oh, like you don't get the book because your eyes are blue
yeah,
and not brown."
right.
Bro, eventually, if
So you think
everybody's
it'll
just a
just-
melting pot, bro, people will just
It'll just
discriminate on each other
like
for eye
like
color.
yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
that's
just
what-
happen
It's not
to be
stuff
new,
like that.
New
and
stuff.
I know this is like extremely pessimistic. Stuff like that isn't gonna go away because
Yeah. Well.
humans are fundamentally flawed.
Yeah. Well, and the
So-
problem
I mean,
is.
society kind of makes you that way.
Well,
And
I
that's-
agree.
And
And
humans made what
I mean,
society
I shouldn't
is,
say.
so it's
I
the
mean,
same thing.
you have control of your own fate, but society definitely puts that on people. But that just reminds me, what you just said reminds me of what my friend Cameron said. Shout out Cam. He was like, the reason we were just kind of talking about racism in general. I mean, I guess there's not too much to talk about. It's just racism. But he was just saying that for people, it's easier to hate on another person to fuel them to move forward and like have success than it is to love someone and have that fuel. And we were just talking about it. I was like, it should be easier to love, but it low-key is easier to hate. Like, for example, like if you're in a basketball game, it's much easier to hate the other team to motivate you to want to play better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which really does make sense, but it's just...
Well, and I think the reason that stuff like that, like how we said, like it's never really gonna go away. It's just gonna evolve into something different. Is like, because like you said, we're like humans are fundamentally flawed. So you're always gonna have people who are ignorant to a certain topic. You're always gonna have people who disagree on a certain topic. And when you have stuff like that, it just creates. I mean, it's like political parties. Like right now, I think is the most divided. Politically, the nation has probably ever been.
That reminds me of something that
in
Kanye
recent
said
years.
his
In
Yeah,
well,
recent
in
years.
I think at least in our lifetimes, definitely.
Oh, for sure, in our life.
But I mean, yeah, like back a long time ago, you could argue it's the same. But I mean, as far as like the intensity of hatred towards the other side, because their views are different, I think is at such like a high like point
and
right
it shouldn't
now.
be like that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think that it like has just become something so like beyond, even like you could say it's even probably beyond politics at this point. It's more into like the realm of like just being like, they're different than me, we disagree, I hate them.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you know,
like you were saying, it's just like, no matter what, like someone's gonna want to be on top, and
well, exactly, yeah.
And like as I was saying, it's just like how society is built, and because society, like it all just stems from, like Zion was saying, it's easier to hate people than to love
I didn't
people.
say that. Cam said that, but I'm
My
just
fault.
talking about that.
But like it's easier to hate people than to love people because you always want to feel better about yourself.
Well, and it's easy to hate people.
The biggest issues in society stem from insecurity, which is something I think about so much, and I'll get into that like a lot one day. And people are so insecure that they refuse to recognize the insecurity, and if you recognize the insecurity, then you can fix how you
and that's
act based on that.
And that goes back to what your friend Cam said, because same exact thing. It's harder, like the reason it's easy to hate something is because you can just decide you hate something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have any reason. You can just decide, oh, I hate that. To love something, you actually kind of have to have some.
You don't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but you have to. I think you have to be more familiar with something.
How
like,
we
and
are
I think you
built
have to,
and how we have moved.
Well, and I think
is
you have
how
to.
we move, but it really is easier to love someone. You know how I know that? Because when you're a baby, it's way easier to love.
That just goes back to society being.
That's why I
one
love
of the
children.
issues.
I mean, that's why I think everyone loves children, because just the basic innocence.
Yeah.
When you're that innocent, you're so easy to love. That's why everybody loves being around children, because it reminds them of what good can be. I feel like that's what I've always thought.
Well, and I think that goes back to what you said. It's a societal issue as well, because you're not born racist. You're not born being anything. You're not born with any of that stuff. You're born. It's a clean slate.
Yeah.
Nothing. You're blank.
Tabula rasa.
Like you're literally.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Ooh, come on.
But you're literally born as a. It's like having a piece of paper, nothing written on it yet. Who knows what's gonna happen, right? And I think the problem is that society is, like I said, like even little things like that is so divided that it teaches kids and stuff like that it's okay to, like, you know, like you can hate somebody because they're different from you. But is that really that good of a reason to hate somebody? Like, you know?
I mean,
there's
no good reason to hate anyone.
well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But it, like, society with things like that teaches you, like, oh, even little stuff like, I like LeBron. Somebody hates LeBron. I'm gonna argue with them and I'm gonna be rude to them because we disagree on something. So therefore, I hate that person. But instead, or like that's what we're taught. But instead, it's like
that's what we do. And
right. Well, but I think we do that because it's something that you fundamentally grow up watching happen. You know, like like even if it's in a joking manner, you know, like you just see it and it's like that's how people interact. You don't see people going, oh yeah, like we completely disagree, but I am trying as hard as I can to see your side so I can understand you and I can actually have like respect for you and stuff like that. But people don't choose to do that anymore because if it's something you don't want to hear, people just don't want to hear it anymore. You know?
I hear you, but I don't agree with you. That's it. That's just how it has to go. It's like, listen, like I hear you.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I don't feel.
But sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not that easy though. I feel.
Of course
there's
not.
some issues where it's like you can really
you're
tell
objective.
the type
There's
of
some
person
issues.
someone
There's some
is by
issues
what
where
they
you
do.
are objectively wrong. But I'm talking about just like regular stuff. Like,
not even
but it's
that.
like
I agree.
I think it's fine to disagree with people. Of course, it's a difference between that and then having like fundamental moral differences.
That's what I mean.
That's different. But I'm talking about just regular things. Like it's okay to be like, my fault. Like I was wrong.
Yeah.
And
but
then
the thing is,
pushing.
people don't like to do that now, though.
Because of what? Insecurity. But that's
but the reason a lot of that happens in politics, and it's funny because like if you look in look into history, like I forgot who said it. It was a president. He was like, "Don't go into parties; it'll divide the country," which is exactly what happened. But a lot of the time, dang, I really forgot I was gonna say. That's crazy. What were we talking about?
We were talking arguing and like admitting wrong. And
yeah. I think a lot of the time parties hate each other is because some issues really affect their lives and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to be like, okay,
Well, when
I
it's
disagree
personal,
with
yeah.
abortion, and it's a woman who just aborted her baby. Now you're just, if you're saying I disagree with it, that means you fundamentally think that her morals are wrong, and that's
Yeah,
what
and I think
that's
that's
where
where
it
it gets tricky
intensifies.
because it is stuff like once it gets down to stuff that's very very personal, it is where it gets like
That's
pretty,
why politics
but
is
that's
so
but that's
intensified.
like how you just said it, that's when you have to get to the point where you go, I hear you, I get it, but I don't agree with you, you know, because you could be like the example you use. Some people are completely against abortion no matter what. Some people are completely for abortion in any situation, and you could, like you said, take somebody who had to get an abortion for a certain reason and say, like, even if you are completely against it, you can sit there and say, hey, I understand why you did it, I don't agree with why you did it, but at the end of the day, that's your decision, doesn't have anything to do with me. And you could just leave it at that, but that's not, you know, like that's rare
Just
to
would
ever
be
see
nice
happen.
if it was like that, but it's not.
Right. And that's, like I said, I think that's something that society
But I mean, you can't do that with everything.
teaches on. Well, you can't do that with everything, but I think a lot of people could take certain things that
A
are
lot
that
more
are very yeah, and I think they could take things that are very personal and stuff and just say, like, hey, if it doesn't affect me, then I'm just gonna keep on moving, because until it affects you, I don't think you should really get, you know,
Yeah.
like very very heated about it, because if it's not affecting you that much, it's like why does it even?
Because that's what I was gonna say. Because I always like argue another side, but like there's some things where you can't just be like, okay, I disagree.
Yeah.
Like Hitler, the Holocaust, you can't just be like, oh well, they're over there just
Right.
doing that. I disagree. Oh, he
Yeah.
murdered my family. Like you can't. Some things you can't do that with.
I mean, it's just
It all
But
gets so
I
people.
mean,
It's just everybody.
and it all gets
To a
so
certain degree,
tricky though.
It lacks just complete compassion. You just have to have compassion for other people.
Well, and this is where
And
it gets
just-
like
you
tricky
have to,
because
honestly,
you
stuff
have to
like
you have to realize that you don't know anything about somebody else's situation.
Exactly.
So you got to let them rock how they're gonna rock, and you just kind of let people. You just kind of have to leave people alone when it comes to a lot of things.
And that's what I mean when I talk about society, because I think one of the biggest problems is like people judging other people and people expecting things from other people without having any prior knowledge of what is happening in that person's life, what's happened in that person's life. It's the same thing like judging a book by its cover. That's like the oldest. That's something you learn when you're like 5. When you're younger, like, you know, like you don't judge someone just based off what you think about them.
I think it's
But
a
that's
lie,
like-
though. I think everybody judges. There's no way.
No, I think
Obviously.
people
But no,
no,
this-
but
no,
I'm
you're-
saying
you're- this is what I'm
you're
saying, this is what I'm
wrong
saying
if
now.
you say you don't.
This is what I'm saying.
but
This is
I'm
what
saying or yeah, you go.
like there's no everybody judges. Like if you do something, I could be like, I don't disagree with that. The problem with judging, it's the same thing with like stereotypes. Like everybody is stereotypical just based off of society and what we're seeing, what the media portrays, and then we basically base it off that. But what I'm saying is like you have the option to judge, but the problem is when you treat someone differently based
Yes.
off the judgment.
That's very true.
I mean there's no way you don't judge.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I
if
mean
you wear a
I
pair
think
of shoes I don't like, I'm not gonna like.
I
them.
think
Like, can't
anybody
control
who
that,
tells
but-
you they don't judge a book by its cover is
Bro,
probably
like,
lying to you.
this is something that's a huge issue that I want to say something about really quick. It's like when people, that makes me think of like when people are like, oh, like I don't see color. It's like, yeah, you do.
Yes, yeah.
You do see color, and that's okay because people are different. But it's when you treat people differently based on that, that's the issue.
Yeah,
Because saying you don't see color
is ignorant.
is culturally ignorant.
Yes,
And
yeah.
you're completely negating who that person is. Because who they are is based upon that the culture that they come from, and saying you don't see color just completely throws all of that out the window. So
Yep.
that's ignorant.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, everybody judges, but if you treat somebody different based on that judgment, that's the problem.
And also it's the same thing as treating someone differently based on something they can't control. Like skin color, the way you look, like what you're like if you're born with a disability. That's
Yeah.
the worst thing you can do is treat someone differently because of stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even have to really get into that. Like, if you don't understand, you don't understand. Like, that's
Exactly.
pretty
Yeah, that's
simple, so.
a simple concept, and I think most people that
Yeah.
are have any type of intelligence understand that. You know,
Facts.
like I think that's a very simple concept. I think kids can understand that concept. So we got real into that one.
Yeah, no, that was,
Everybody,
dude, that was
so-
good though. That was good.
What time are we at? Oh shoot!
It's been a minute.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
All right, we'll do one last question. Wrap this bad boy
to
up.
end it, like, favorite Jordans. Let me say something really quick. This just in. Jordans, a lot of them are played out. Oh.
I'm not too big into Jordan.
I
like
yeah.
the ones.
I
like
used
the
to be.
ones. In the
When I
fours.
was in like middle school and probably freshman and kind of sophomore year of high school, I was super into retros. Like, but they were also pretty. That was when it was like also still kind of a big thing, Like
Yeah,
you
of
had
course.
to, like, if you wanted a pair of shoes, you had to go and wait at the store before it opened, or else you're not gonna get it,
Yeah.
And I think now everything is just so played out.
I
Man.
mean, of course, guys, that's my opinion. But there's a lot of people listening to this.
But my favorite Jordan. Well, no, I
But-
still
but
if
no,
you
no, no.
if you
So,
still want to wear Jordans, I think you
listen,
can make Jordans
This
look
is
great.
of course. This is
I still wear Jordans sometimes.
One's fire. Oh,
It's all right.
Is
Keep
that
going.
what
I think that means it just died.
oh.
But
Okay,
we'll
okay,
just have
oh,
we
so
just
recording,
want to
so-
have video for the last
Okay.
like 20 seconds. I apologize, everybody. The camera died.
One's fire. Certain colorways of fours fire. 10s are fire to me. Certain colorways. That's it.
Mine is simple. Just I like the ones, but the only ones I feel like I'd buy are like the OG black and red ones, and I like a couple pair of fours.
It
but
really depends on
I'm
the color.
I'm cool off that. I like
Ones, fours, and 10s.
I
And
like-
10s,
Fours are by
I only wear
far-
10s with shorts or I play basketball in them.
Fours
That's it.
fours are by far my favorite. Jordan.
I'm pretty
100%.
basic with that. I like other shoes.
I also like
boots now.
if we're
I'm a
going
boots
if
guy
we're going
now.
a specific retro Jordan, I love Wolf Gray 5s, and I never got a pair, and I was really sad that I never got a pair. And I don't even really like 5s that much. I just really, really, really like the Wolf Gray 5s because I don't know why they just are
I'm into
super clean
shoes.
to me.
The shoes I'm into now is just like shoes that look really good, but also
Yes.
look real obviously, but like look really good when you beat them too.
I'm more into like streetwear
And boots.
now.
I really love boots now.
boots.
I
I'm a
I,
boots guy now.
I don't.
I have a
know.
pair of
I
boots.
mess with that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
I just get shoes that I like, and like there's certain like I really like SBs. I really
They are
like.
sick.
It just
I'm
depends.
kinda-
It
But
depends
those,
on
I'm
the
those
fit.
kinda-
that's what I mean, like
It depends on
Vans,
the fit.
Converse,
Yeah,
not the basic
Vans are
Converse.
Right.
that
Converse.
See,
everybody
I'm kind of
but,
past
like,
the stage where it's like buying shoes because of like the hype around them, like Yeezys, like everyone had
I'm
to
just
have
trying
a
to
pair
get.
of Yeezys.
I'm just trying to get my fit
Well,
off.
but I
Whatever
mean,
shoes go with
But I'm
those,
saying like,
wearing
but
them.
I'm saying as far as like people buying shoes because there's a lot of hype around those
Yeah.
shoes.
I
I'm
mean, I
over.
never
I'm
was
over
like
that.
that.
Like I'm at the point where it's like, I like shoes because I like the shoe. If you don't like the shoe, that's fine. But I'm gonna wear an outfit that I try to make the shoe look good with. So
I feel like I've always
You know?
been like that, honestly.
that's
I feel like- I feel
I've
like
gotten
I-
more like that over like last like probably a year, 2 years maybe.
Yeah, I like to. I don't know. I feel like I like to find those things that not everybody likes, but like still look good. If that makes any sense.
Bro, honestly, half the time I just wear my Birks.
yeah,
They're just easy to. I just
Oh,
slide
when
them.
I'm
They're
out, I
easy
just
to
throw
put
the
on.
Birks on.
And I wear Birks and Vans half the time. If I'm actually trying to look good for something, then I'll pull out a pair of shoes that I really like. But
Like I have. So this is. I have. When I'm like in a rush, like I have. Very basic fits that I put on, right? Just like a flannel, right? Everybody does
I'm gonna
that.
customize a flannel for
But,
my new sh-
Like
stuff.
that'll it's just be like flannel, whatever. But then there will be days where I will think about it, and then I'll put something together that like I really like. So it just depends on the day, and it depends on how much time I have. But I like what I like,
Yeah, no, I mean,
That's all.
I've always liked what I like, and it doesn't matter what.
I'm more.
Fashion,
See,
bro,
I've
fashion is
gotten
just
more
like
into that.
Fashion,
Now.
fashion is confidence.
what you feel comfortable in and
Yes.
what you are confident.
I completely agree.
In. That's what fashion is.
It-
And you trying to like dress based on like
How
a
how
bunch
like
of stuff you've seen,
right, or
oh,
like
you
how
wanna,
like
you want to buy like
famous people
30,000
dress.
pairs of biker jeans, like bro,
Yeah,
just wear what you want to wear. my guy.
Exactly.
I know somebody's
Those are
gonna
tight.
Be,
I know they're
someone's
tight.
gonna be hurt
Listen,
by that.
listen.
know
I
one
understand. Like
specific.
I understand you that you think I'm talking specifically to you, whoever's listening to this and can relate, bro. Those jeans are hella tight. I know they're uncomfortable. Wear whatever you want. You can find better fitting jeans, and that's to a lot of people. But no, just literally just whatever you're confident in, whatever you feel
No, yeah.
comfortable in. That's what fashion is.
wear what you
can't say
want,
anything
wear what
else.
you think you look good in, wear what you like to wear. Who cares what anybody else says about what you're wearing? Because if you like it,
Then it
that's
doesn't matter.
that's all that matters.
And as
Yeah.
long as you're comfortable with you liking
Exactly.
it and you don't care what other people think, then who
Go
cares?
for
you
it.
know.
Self-confidence,
And, bro,
baby.
You know what I feel really confident in? This hoodie that I'm wearing.
Jesus. It's like
Shout out Young Thug.
That
This hoodie that
the
I'm
hoodie that
wearing.
you have on right now.
Yeah, Bro, you would be able to see it in the video. You should probably see it in the video. But it says uncommon on it. Bro, this is heat. It's such a fire hoodie. And
I have a shirt that's a little similar. I think it's the same brand.
I bought this shirt too.
Oh, really?
You said, what's your opinion on it, Zion?
I think it's really awful.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that? Our guest, creative genius, fashion god, fly god, Zion Gordon, made these clothes, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. And
they're
are
fire.
Incredible.
Bro, this hoodie is so comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even a huge hoodie guy, but like this hoodie is.
I wore the shirt yesterday. It might be my new favorite shirt. I even texted you guys about that.
Yeah.
I told you right off the bat. I'm telling you.
It's heat. And Zion's not gonna hype it up because that's not who he is. But listen.
But we'll hype it up for him.
You can go look on his page and look at some of the clothes. And are they still for sale or they're sold out
I
or
haven't
what?
put the shop up yet, but
coming very soon.
The website's is in the link in my bio.
Link in his bio, and his Instagram name is Zion.Gordon, but so it's Xion.Gordon, Gordon. Check it out. Check out the website. It's fire. No cap.
And if you don't get some of this, you're definitely missing out at some point.
You're not.
You are. You are though.
Stop. No,
you're
missing out.
He's not gonna tell you you're missing out, but you are.
Bro, it's the layers to it are crazy. So I mean, it's pretty heat.
Definitely. And there's gonna be some more stuff coming soon, right?
Probably in like 2 to 3 weeks.
So everybody stay tuned for that because it's gonna be a good time.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I'm all good. Cool. Well, that wraps it up for episode 3. Thank you, Zion, for coming on with us. We really appreciate it, and we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll see you guys very, very soon.
We out this thing, baby.
I'm in the 2-seat, I'm with the gang. We in the foreign and you know we switching lanes. We some dog niggas that you can't contain.